Namaste Gurukulians. Hello students, welcome back. Today in this video we will discuss the next concepts after exercise 1.2. So today we will discuss 1.3 and the concepts which are required in that exercise 1.3. So the first concept is the real numbers and their decimal expansion. Real numbers and their decimal expansions. So we have discussed what are the real numbers. Real numbers include both rational numbers as well as irrational numbers. So in decimals, means in when we convert the real numbers in decimals, then what type of numbers we get, what type of decimals we get, that we will learn in this video. Suppose I take an example, 25 divided by 4. So to convert this in decimal, we have the traditional method. We divide 25 by 4. We divide 25 by 4. So 4 6 are 24. 1 is the remainder. We will put a decimal. Then we have 0 here. We will put decimal here also. Then 4 2s are 8. Then we are left with 2. Then again we will have a 0. Then 4 5s are 20. And the remainder becomes 0. So 25 divided by 4 is equal to 6.25. Second case, if I take 25 divided by 3, then what happens? Let us check. Now I am dividing 25 by 3. Then we have 3 8s are 24. Then 1 is left. We'll put a decimal 0 0 0, as many zeros as we want. Then put a decimal here also. 1 0 we will have down. Now 3's are 9. Again we are having the remainder 1. Before this, in this step also we were having remainder 1. Now again I am having remainder 1. So again I will have a 0 here. Again 3 3's are 9. Again I will have remainder 1. So in this way I will keep on getting the remainder 1 and 8.33333's, many 3's will come. So this type of decimal expansion where the remainder doesn't become 0, but in this type of decimals the remainder becomes 0. So I can write this as 8.33 and so on. When any number or group of numbers is being repeated, so we write it as 8.3 and bar on 3. So bar represents what? Bar represents that this number is getting repeated again and again. So we have this type of decimal expansion where the remainder becomes 0, and this type of decimal expansion where the remainder keeps on repeating. If the remainder doesn't become 0 but keeps on repeating, so we get this type of decimals, that is where we put bar on the number. It means this number is being repeated again and again. And in this type of decimal where the remainder becomes 0, the decimal expansion is terminated somewhere. So on the basis of these divisions and these decimals, we have divided them in two categories. That is, this decimal expansion is called terminating decimal expansion. Okay, and this type of decimal expansion is called, it is non-terminating. This type of decimal expansion is non-terminating. Non-terminating, but in non-terminating it is repeating, recurring. Recurring means any digit is being repeated again and again. So here 3 is being repeated, therefore it is non-terminating, recurring. Recurring, the another word for recurring is repeating. Repeating. Okay. These were the decimal expansions for rational number, because this is a rational number and this is also a rational number. So we are getting terminating decimal expansion, or we are getting non-terminating recurring decimal expansion. But what happens if I convert root 2 in decimals? That is, we have the division method. In class 8 you might have learned that how to convert, how to find out the square root of any number by division method. So if we find the value of root 2 in decimal, then we get a number which is non-terminating but non-recurring also. It means that will not repeat also. Similarly, if we find root 3, if we find root 5, so if we find these values in decimals, then the value which we get will be non-terminating, non-recurring, non-recurring. I am not going in deep of finding these values. You know that division method, so you can try by finding the values of these decimal, these roots in decimal. So you will get non-terminating, non-recurring number. So in all, we can say that we have got 3 types of decimal expansions, or 3 type of decimal numbers. So now if I divide real numbers in these decimal systems, so I will get a chart. I am rubbing this. On the basis of decimal expansion, I am going to divide the real numbers So look here, real numbers, it means they are decimals. All real numbers can be explained in decimals. Okay, then we have 2 categories, that is, decimals can be terminating or they can be non-terminating. So decimals, there are 2 types: terminating, where the remainder becomes 0, or non-terminating, the remainder doesn't become 0 or it keeps on repeating. In non-terminating, again we have 2 categories. One is non-terminating, non-recurring, and non-terminating recurring. Recurring means repeating. Okay, now see, real numbers, they are decimals. Then decimals we have terminating and non-terminating. If it is terminating, then it is rational. If it is terminating, then it is rational. If it is non-terminating but recurring, then again it is rational. non-terminating but recurring. It is not getting terminated but digits are being repeated, then it is rational. Now if it is non-terminating, non-recurring, if any decimal is non-terminating, non-recurring, then it will be irrational. So this is the category of decimals. Again I repeat, non-terminating and non-recurring, 2 times non-terminating, non-recurring, then it is irrational, otherwise it is rational. Decimal terminating, rational. Decimal non-terminating but repeating, then rational. If it is non-terminating and non-recurring, non-repeating, then it is irrational. So this way we can categorize the decimal numbers. Now on the basis of these we will solve exercise 1.3. There are another type of questions that decimal numbers are given, that is decimal real numbers, that decimal rational numbers are given, and we are to convert them in the form P by Q. It is there in question number 3, that also we will learn in question number 3 only. So now I am going to start exercise 1.3. Whatever things I have explained here on blackboard, you have to write in your notebook. Okay. Now we will start exercise 1.3. Exercise 1.3. This is of NCERT book, so you can have your own book and just look into the questions. First question is, write the following in decimal form and say what kind of decimal expansion each has. So we have to just convert them in decimal and we have to tell whether it is terminating or it is non-terminating, recurring or it is non-terminating. Non-repeating it cannot be because only rational numbers are given. So only 2 types we will find. So first is 36 by 100. Question number 1, part 1, we have 36 divided by 100. So divided by 100 directly we can write it in decimal 0.36, because after 2 places we have to put decimal 1, 2 and we will put decimal here. So it is 0.36. Nothing is being repeated here, so it is terminating. Second part we have, second part, it is 1 by 11, 1 divided by 11. So if you are having any problem in converting them in decimals, so we can divide 1 by 11. So 11 zeros are 0, then we get 1 again, we will put decimal here, 1 0, 1 0. Again 11 zeros are 0, we are left with 10, 1 more 0 we will have. So now 11 9s are 99, we are left with 1 more 0 we will have. Now again 11 zeros are 0, then we are left with 10 again, 1 more 0. So 11 9s are 99, again we are left with 1. This 1 remainder is being repeated. Remainder was 1, remainder was 1, remainder was 1. So we will keep on getting 09, 09, 09 likewise. So 1 divided by 11 is equal to 0.09 and bar is there on 0 and 9 both. It means what? 0 and 9 both are being repeated. This 0 and 9, 09, 09, 09, 09, this is the repetition. So we call it repeating block. In repeating block of this, we have 2 digits. 0 and 9 which are being repeated. So the repeating block of this decimal number has 2 digits, 0 and 9. Next we have 4 whole 1 by 8. So third 4 whole 1 by 8, it can be written as 8 4 32, then 33 by 8. We can divide it directly. So 8 fours are 32, then point. After that we will have 1 as remainder. So we will have a 0 after decimal. Then we can have 8 1 are 8, then 2, then 8 2s are 16, then remainder will be 4, then 8 5s are 40, and the remainder will become 0. So the decimal expansion for this is 4.125, and it is terminating. So it is terminating. And what type of decimal expansion is this? This is non-terminating recurring. Recurring means repeating. So it is non-terminating recurring. This is terminating. Again this one is terminating. So I think all the parts are to be done in this way only. Rest of the parts you can do in your practice notebook on your own. You just have to decide whether it is terminating or non-terminating recurring. That's it. Now we'll go with question number 2. Question number 2, you know that 1 divided by 7 is equal to 0.142857, and bar is there on 142857, all 6 digits. So let us see this question number 2. We are given 1 divided by 7 is equal to 0.142857, and bar is there on all 6 digits. It means the repeating block of this number has 6 digits, 142857, again 142857, again 142857. All 6 digits are being repeated. So can you predict what decimal expansion of, what is the decimal expansion of 2 by 7, 3 by 7, 4 by 7 without actually doing the long division? So without actually doing the long division method, we are to tell that what is the decimal expansion of 2 by 7, what will be 3 by 7, what will be 4 by 7. So these decimal expansions we are to write 4 by 7, 5 by 7 and 6 by 7. These decimal expansions we are to tell without doing long division. So study this pattern. If I write this is equal to 0.142857, 142,857 and so on, it means 142,857, 142,857 is being repeated. Okay. Now look at this. We just have to check the first digit after decimal, and then we need not do the division. Look at this. It is 2 divided by 7. Suppose I divide 2 by 7. So I will get 0 and it will become 20. So 7 2s are 14. So I will get 14. So first digit after decimal I will get 2. You have to just check the first decimal digit. Okay. Here I will get first decimal digit as 2. Now look at this pattern. 2, then 8, 5, 7, 1, 4, again 2. We just have to follow the pattern from here. So we are starting from 2 and we will end at before 2. So what will be? It will be 2, 8, 5, 7, 2, 8, 5, 7, 1, 4. 1, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All 6 digits are there. Then bar on that. Okay. Now look at this. 0 point. I will just check for first digit after decimal. So it will become 30. After decimal it will become 30. So I will get first digit, that is 7 4s are 28. So first digit I am getting 4. Now forget it. We will not go with long division. Check 4. So we will start this series from 4. 4 to 6 digits we have to take. 4, 2, 8, 5, 7, 1. Again 4 will come. So 4, 2, 8, 5, 7, 1. Again 4. It means this. So it is being repeated. Now 4 divided by 7. 0 point. If I put a point, it will become 40. So first digit I will get 5 because 7 5s are 35. So I will get first digit as 5. Now look here. 5, 7, 1, 4, 2, 8. Again 5 is coming. 5, 7, 1, 4, 2, 8. Again 5. So it is being repeated. Then 5 divided by 7, 0 point. I will put a decimal, it will become 50. First digit will be 7 7s are 49. 7 7. So look at 7. 7 1 4 2 8 5. 7 1 4 2 8 5. That's it. Now 6 divided by 7. 0 point. If I put decimal, it will become 60. So first digit 7 8s are 56. First digit will be 8. So 8 5 7 1 4 2. 5 7 1 4 2. Again 8 will come. It means the same block will get repeated. This is one of the method. We just have to look at the pattern and we just follow the sequence. Now this can also be written as in some of the books you may get 2 divided by 7 can be written as 2 multiply 1 by 7. This is second method. This is second method. If you understand this pattern, then you can write directly. Otherwise, you can go with this method. 2 multiply 1 by 7. 2 divided by 7, we can write 2 into 1 by 7. So it can be written as 2 multiply by 1 by 7. We have 0.14285 7 and bar is there on all 6. Okay. Now if I multiply this by 2, so I get 2 7s are 14, carry 1, 5s are 10, 1 11, carry 1, 2 6 are 16, 1 17, carry 1, 2 2s are 4, then 1 5, 2 4s are 8, 2 1s are 2, 0 point, 285 714, 285 714 and bar on this. So similarly you can go with 3 into 1 by 7, 4 into 1 by 7, 5 into 1 by 7. Likewise you can find. This would be the second method. This is directly you can write if you understand the pattern. Just look at the pattern and then write. First digit only we have to check and then we can write it. So this is all about question number 2. Now question number 3. It is very important question, third question, and this type of questions are being asked in competitive exams also, and even in final examinations of class 9 also. So you must understand this type of questions, that what is the method to solve. Okay, third, express the following in the form P by Q. Now we are given decimal numbers and we have to express them in P by Q form, means ate bate. So we have to write them in P by Q form. So first number is given 0.6 and bar is there on 6. Third part 1, 0.6 and bar is there on 6. We have to convert it in the form P by Q. Since it is a rational number, so it can be written in the form P by Q. Now we have to find what is the form of P by Q in which this number can be written. Okay, look at the pattern. Let x is equal to whatever number is given, assume this number to be x. X is equal to 0.6 and bar on there on 6. Okay. First step, to assume this number, whatever number is given, assume that number to be x. Now you have to check, second step. Now you have to check how many digits are being repeated. Here one digit is being repeated, so we will multiply by 10 to both sides. If 2 digits are being repeated, we will multiply by 100 to both sides. If 3 digits are being repeated, then we will multiply by 1000 to both the sides. Okay. Only one digit is being repeated, so we will multiply by 10 here, multiply by 10 here. Therefore, 10x will be, now look, this is what? This is 0.666 and so on. If I multiply this number by 10, what will happen? This decimal will move here and it will become 6.66666 and so on. So it will be 6.6 and bar on 6 again, because again many 6's are there which are being repeated. Okay. Suppose this is equation 1 and this is equation number 2. Now if I subtract this equation 1 from equation 2, so the operation I am writing equation 2 minus equation 1, what will I get? This equation minus this equation. It means from left hand side we have to subtract left hand side, from right hand side we have to subtract right hand side. So 10x minus x, it will be 9x is equal to 6.6 bar on 6 minus 0.6 bar on 6. So this is subtracted from this. So this 6 bar will get cancelled and we are left with 6 only. This number minus this. If you are having any doubt, you can write 6.6 bar minus 0.6 bar. This is subtracted, 0.0, nothing is left, only 6 is left. Okay. So we are getting 6 here. Now this 9 will go that side, so it will go in division. So x is equal to 6 divided by 9. We can write it in, we can cut them by 3. So x is equal to, if I cut by 3, 2 by 3. X is equal to 2 by 3. It is in P by Q form. And what was x? X is equal to 0.6 bar. Therefore, 0.6 bar is equal to x, and x is equal to 2 by 3. So it is equal to 2 by 3. This is our answer. So now we can convert this type of decimals, that is recurring decimals, in the form P by Q by this method. Another part we will see. So by that part you will understand it more clearly. This was equation 1 of this. Now look at part 2. Part 2 is 0.47 and bar is there on 7 only. Second part, we are given 0.47 and bar is on 7 only. Okay. Now first step will be similar. Let x is equal to 0.47 and bar on 7. How many digits are being repeated here? Again only one digit is being repeated. So we will multiply both the sides by 10. I can write this as 0.47777 and so on. Many 7 are there because bar is only on 7. It means 7 is being repeated. Okay. Now if I multiply by 10 to both the sides, therefore 10x will be. So this decimal will come here. So it will be 4.77777 and so on. So I'll write it as 4. Now after decimal I can write like this 7 and I can put bar here only. But after decimal I will take the digits as many digits are there in this x. So in x after decimal 2 digits are there. So I will take 2 digits here. Okay. So if decimal is here, so 4.777, many 7 are there. So I will take 2 digits. 7, again 7 and bar on 7. Again I repeat this line that as many digits are there in this x after decimal, the same number of digits you are to take in 10x after decimal. Suppose here 2 digits are there after decimal, so we will take 2 digits after decimal here. Clear? So again this is equation 1 and this is equation 2. Next step is same, equation 2 minus equation 1. Now equation 2 minus equation 1. So we get what? Equation 2 minus equation 1. 10x minus x. So I get 9x. Again I am writing it here. 4.77 bar and 0.47 bar. 47 and bar on 7. Now this will get cancelled. So we are left with 0. 7 minus 4, 3 point and 4. So what is left? 4.3. 0 we need not write after decimal. So it is equal to 4.3. This minus this number. Now this 9 will go in division, that is x is equal to 4.3 divided by 9. If I remove this decimal, so I have to put 1 0 in denominator. So it will be 43 by 90. This is value of x. Okay. So this is value of x, and what was x? X is equal to 0.47 and bar on 7. Therefore 0.47 and bar on 7 is equal to 43 by 90. So this number is converted in P by Q form, and this will be our answer. Now we will see part 3. So part 3 again, if you see, same method, whatever the number is, we are to follow the same method. See part 3. 0.001 and bar is there on all three. So third part 0.001 and bar is there on all three. It means all three digits are being repeated. First step is same. Let x is equal to 0.001 and bar is there on all three. I can write this as 0.001001 and so on. This is equation 1. Now check how many digits are being repeated. 3 digits are being repeated. So we will multiply by 1000 to both the sides. Therefore 1000x will be multiply by 1000 here, multiply by 1000 here. This decimal will go at this place. This decimal will come at this place here. Okay. So it will become 1.001001001001 and so on. So after multiplying by 1000 we get 1.001 and again 001. So bar on all three. This is equation number 2. Now next step again same. Now equation 2 minus equation 1. So if we subtract this minus this, 1000x minus 1x, so it will be 999x is equal to 1.001 minus 0.001, so we get 1 only. This minus this, all this will be deleted, 1 minus 0 will be 1. So x is equal to 1 divided by 999. And what was x? X is equal to 0.001. Therefore 0.001 and bar on all three is equal to 1 divided by 999. This will be our answer for this part. So you just have to follow the same steps. Whatever the number is, just follow the steps, you will get the answer. So this is all about question number 3. Now we will go with question number 4. Question number 4 is also similar to these. So I am writing question number 4 here. See what is question number 4. Express 0.99999 and so on. It means 0.9 and bar on 9. We can put bar on 9 because 9 is being repeated again and again. In the form P by Q, we have to express it in the form P by Q. And are you surprised by your answer? Let us see the answer first and then we will get surprised. So before finding answer, we cannot get surprised. So let us convert this in form P by Q. Given number is 4th. Given number is 0.9999 and so on. So it is equal to 0.9 and bar on 9. Now we have to convert it in decimal form, P by Q form. Same steps as we have followed in these parts. So we will follow the same steps. Now let x is equal to 0.9 and bar on 9. So only one digit is being repeated. So we will multiply by this is what? This is equal to 0.999 and so on. So this is equation 1. We will multiply by 10 to both the sides. Therefore 10x will be, this decimal will come here. So it will become 9 point and 99999, it means 9 bar on 9. So this is equation number 2. Now next step again same. Now equation 2 minus equation 1. So we get what? Equation 2 minus equation 1. 10x minus x. So we get 9x is equal to 9.9 bar on this minus this. So it will get deleted. 9 minus 0, it will be 9. So x is equal to 9 by 9 and 9 by 9 is equal to 1. We can cancel both of them by 9. And what was x? Therefore 0.999 and so on is equal to 1. Now this is the time to get surprised. 0.999 and so on, many 9 are there, infinite 9 are there, then it is equal to 1. Why and how? Then why don't we write 0.99999 in place of 1? See, this number is greater than 0.9, yes. This is greater than 0.99, yes. It is greater than 0.999, yes. It is greater than 0.99999. So mathematically, when there are infinite 9, it means we cannot go for the last digit of this number. So mathematically, when there are infinite 9 are there, then mathematically it becomes equal to 1, and this is the proof of this, that this is nothing but 1. If someone say that how, so we can explain in this way. This is the proof. Okay. So if infinite number of 9 are there after decimal, then it become 1. So this is mathematical truth, and we have proof of this. So we have proved this. Next, question number 5. What can be the maximum number of digits in the repeating block of digits in the decimal expansion of 1 divided by 17, and perform the division to check your answer. So I am going to divide 1 by 17. So how many digits can be there in the repeating block? What is repeating block? Repeating block of decimal means how many digits are being repeated. It means how many digits are having bar on them. That is called repeating block. So for that we have a condition. For that we have a condition that question number 5, 1 divided by 17. If I divide 1 by 17, so what can be the remainder? Remainder can be 1, remainder can be 2, remainder can be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, remainder can be 16, but remainder can never be 17. Okay, and remainder can never be more than 17. Okay, so the different types of remainders which we can get is always less than 17. So the maximum number of digits which can be there in the repeating block of this 1 divided by 17, it can be maximum 16, not more than that. Okay, so this is the given number. The maximum number of digits in the repeating block of decimal expansion of 1 by 17 can be can be 16 only. Means it should always be less than the divisor. So maximum it can be 16, not more than that. So the maximum number of digits in the repeating block of decimal expansion of 1 by 17 can be 16 only. So now we have to verify it. So let us divide 1 by 1 divided by 1 divided by 17. Okay. 17 zeros are 0. Again we are getting 1. Then decimal here, then many 0 we can have. Okay. As many zeros as we want, we can put. So 1 0 comes here. So it will be 17. Again 17 zeros are 0. So remainder is 10. One more 0 we will bring down. 17 5s are 85 because 17 6s are 102. It will be more than that, 100. So 17 5s are 85. Then we are left with 15. One more 0 we will bring down. It become 150. Then 17 8s are 136. So we are left with 14. Now it become 140. Again 17 8s are 136. So we are left with 4. It become 40. We will keep on dividing unless we get remainder 1 again, because once we get remainder 1 again, all digits will be repeated. Now 17 twos are 34. We are left with 6. It becomes 60. Then 17 threes are 51. We are left with 9. It becomes 90. So I am writing 90 here. It becomes 90. Then 17 fives are 85. Then 5. It becomes 50. 17 twos are 34. 16. It becomes 160. Then 17 nines are 153. 153. So I can get the now I get the remainder as 7. Now it becomes 70. Then 17 fours are 68. Then remainder is 2. It becomes 20. 17 ones are 17. Then 3. Again it becomes 30. 17 ones are 17. We are left with 13 remainder. So it will become 130. I am writing 130 here. 130. Then 17 sevens are 119. So we are left with 11. It will become 110. 17 6 are 102. We are left with 8. It becomes 80. Then again 17 fours are 68. We are left with 12. Then it becomes 120. And 17 7 are 119. And we get the remainder 1 again. What will happen after that? After that again there will be 0, 5, 8 and all digits being repeated. Now let us count the number of digits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So at max there can be 16 digits in the repeating block of this 1 by 17. Therefore 1 divided by 17 is equal to what? 0.058888. Then 235, 235. Then 294, 294. Then 117, 117. Then 647, 647. And we can put bar on all 16 digits. because all 16 will get repeated again and again. So this is the complete repeating block of 1 divided by 70. Okay. So once again, if any number divided by p divided by q, then what can be the maximum number of digits in the repeating block? Less than this. It will always be less than q, always be less than the divisor. That is the rule. So this is all about question number 5. Now question number 6. Question number 6, we have to take several examples and then we have to decide some property for the repeating block of the digits or the type of decimal expansion, whether it will be terminating or non-terminating, repeating. Let us see question number 6. I am reading out the statement from the book. The statement says that look at several examples of rational numbers in the form p by q, where p and q are integers with no common factor. No common factor means they should not be cut by any number, they should be in lowest form other than 1 and having terminating decimal representation. So can you guess what property q must satisfy? This is question number 6. Okay. We have to take several examples. So let us start by taking some examples. I am taking 1 divided by 2. So it can be written as 1 divided by 2 is 0.5. We know this thing. So it is terminating. This is terminating. Okay. 1 divided by 3, it will be 0.3333, so it will be 0.3 bar. So it is non-terminating, repeating. Okay. 1 divided by 4, it is equal to 0.2525 and 4 can be written as 1 upon 2 to the power 2. 4 can be written as 2 to the power 2. So it is terminating. 1 divided by 5, it is equal to 0.2. It is also terminating. 1 divided by 6 is equal to 0. So it will become 10. 0.6 ones are 6. Then 40. 6 are. Then again 40. 6 are. So bar will be there on 6. So it is non-terminating, recurring, repeating, non-terminating, repeating. Then 1 divided by 7 is equal to 0.142857. We have seen it is there in question number 2, I think, and bar on all 6. So it is also non-terminating, repeating. Then 1 divided by 8 is equal to, 8 can be written as 1 divided by 2 to the power 3. 8 can be written as 2 to the power 3. So it is equal to 0. If we divide this by 0.8 ones are 8, then 8 twos are 16, then 8 fives are 40. So it will be 0.125 and then it terminates. So it is terminating. Then 1 divided by 9 is equal to 0. We put 0, 1, then again 1 is left, again 1, so 0.1 bar. So it is again non-terminating, repeating. Then 1 divided by 10. We know that 10 can be written as 1 divided by 2 into 5 and it is 0.1. 1 by 10 is 0.1. So 10 can be written as 2 into 5. So it is terminating. Now see, this is terminating and this is terminating. Then we have this as terminating. Then we have this as terminating and this as terminating. So when we write the numbers in P by Q form and they have terminating decimal expansion, where we are writing them in P by Q, so we have to check Q. It means what? We have to check the denominator. Look at the denominator. Here the denominator is 2. So we are getting terminating decimal expansion. Here the denominator is 2 to the power 2. It means 2 into 2. Then we are getting terminating. Here the denominator is 5. Then we are getting terminating decimal expansion. Here the denominator is 2 into 2 into 2. Then terminating. Here the denominator is 2 into 5. Then terminating. If the prime factorization of denominator contain 2 or 2 to the power anything, it means prime factors are containing only 2 or 5 or both 2 and 5. Then we get terminating decimal expansion, otherwise we will get non-terminating repeating decimal expansion. Look at the examples. Many more examples we can see, so you will get the same pattern. If the prime factors of denominator contain 2 or 5 or both 2 and 5 only, then the decimal expansion will be terminating. If any other number is there, suppose 2, 5 and 3 is also there, then it will be non-terminating repeating. If any one number other than 2 and 5 comes in the prime factors of denominator, then it will be non-terminating repeating. Okay. So what property we get? What is the answer? Answer we get for, so I am writing hence, we conclude that for the decimal expansion, of any rational number P by Q to be terminating Q must be, Q means denominator, terminating Q must be in the powers of 2 or 5 or both 2 and 5. It means this prime factorization of this denominator must contain 2 or 5 or both 2 and 5 only. This only. Then we will get the terminating decimal expansion, otherwise we will get non-terminating repeating decimal expansion. This is the property. Now we have question number 7. Write 3 numbers whose decimal expansions are non-terminating and non-recurring. Question number 7. we have to write 3 numbers having decimal expansion, non-terminating, non-recurring. It means, see, known and known, 2 times known, it means it is irrational number. So we have to write 3 numbers which are having non-terminating, non-recurring decimal expansion. It means we are to write 3 irrational numbers. Therefore, required numbers can be, write any 3 irrational numbers, can be √2, √3, √5, pi, etc. As many as we want we can write, because there are infinite irrational numbers. So we just have to write only 3, so we can write any of them, any 3 irrational numbers, because the decimal expansion of irrational numbers is non-terminating, non-recurring. Then we have question number 8. Question number 8, let us see what question number 8 is. Question number 8, find 3 different irrational numbers between the rational numbers 5 by 7 and 9 by 11. 5 by 7, question number 8, given numbers are 5 by 7 and this is 9 by 11. 9 by 11. These are given numbers. Okay. So if I convert them in decimals, that is 5 by 7, 0.77 are 49. So we have that repeating block 1, 4, 2, 8, 5, 7. So if it is starting from 7, 1, 4, 2, 8, 5. So 7, 1, 4, 2, 8, 5. This is 5 by 7. And 9 by 11 we can write as, this is 5 by 7 which I have converted in decimals. 9 by 11 it will be 0. If I put 0 here it will be 8, then 88, then 2, again 1, then 9, again 8, 1, 8, 1, so 0.81 and bar is there on 81. Okay, these are given numbers. Now we have to find 3 irrational numbers in between them. So see how can we write. Therefore, required numbers can be first. See, 0.71, the number should be greater than this, and 0.81, the number should be less than this. So I am taking 0.72. 0.72. Okay. Now I have to make a number which is non-terminating, non-repeating, because we want irrational number. For that we will make a number which is non-terminating, non-repeating. So 72, now I will take any one digit. I am taking 0 here, 0. Again 72, now I am putting 20. Now 72, again, now I am taking 3 zeros. 72, now I am taking 4 zeros, and 72 and so on. It means what? Every time 1 0 is being increased, it means digits are not being repeated, but they are following certain pattern. And these dots are very important. While you are telling any number non-terminating, non-recurring, you must write these dots, because only these dots specifies that the number is non-terminating and non-recurring. If we don't put the dots, the number will become terminating. Okay, so we have to just show a pattern that every time this happens, but every time this 1 0 is being increased, it means the number is not being repeated, rather it is following a pattern, and in this way it will keep on following the pattern, so it will never terminate and it will never repeat. Therefore, this is irrational number. Now second again in between them, so I am getting 0.73 now. Again I have to follow the same pattern, so I am writing 1, 7 3 1 1, 7 3 1 1 1, 7 3 1 1 1 1, 7 3 and so on. It means this number is non-terminating, non-repeating. It means this number is irrational number and it lies in between them. Third, now I am taking 0.74. Let it be here, let it be 5. 5 5, 7 4, 5 5 5, 7 4, 5 5 5 5, 7 4 and so on. Again this number is non-terminating, non-repeating, that is why this number is irrational number, and this lies between these numbers, therefore this is required number. So in this way we can find infinite irrational numbers between given two numbers. This is about question number 8. Now we have question number 9. Classify the following numbers as rational or irrational. We are given certain numbers and we have to just tell whether they are rational or irrational. So just a simple classification based on the properties which we have learned for finding out the numbers to be rational or irrational. So now see, root 23, root over 23, first part, 9 part 1, root over 23. 23 is not a perfect square number, therefore its square root will be irrational. So it is irrational. Irrational. Then second part we have root 225, root over 225. Now we know that square root of 225 is plus minus 15. So, and 15 is not irrational, it is rational. So it is a rational number. This was a perfect square number. So square root of perfect square number is always, so no need to put positive and negative, because square root, this symbol represents only positive root. So we will write only positive 15. So it is rational. It is rational. Okay. Whenever we put any symbol, we write square root of 225, then it is plus minus 15. When we put this symbol, the sign of this square root, then it means only positive root. Okay, next is third is 0.3796 and it terminates. If it is terminating, then it is rational. So it is rational. The next, fourth part, we have 7.478, 478 and so on. 478, these are being repeated, 478, 478, 478 and so on. It means if it is repeating, non-terminating, repeating, then again it is rational. Rational. Fifth part is 1.10, 1 0 0 1 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 0 and 1 and so on. Now see, this is this type of number. It is not terminating and it is not even repeating. So, it is non-terminating, non-repeating, therefore, this number is irrational. This number is irrational. So, this was the last question of this exercise. For now, this is this much for this exercise 1.3. In the coming videos, we will go with another exercise 1.4 and the concepts which are related to that exercise 1.4 we will discuss. So, that is all for today. Thank you and have a nice day. Thank you.